Hey guys, good evening, depending on whenever and wherever you're watching me from, or you're watching this video from, nevertheless. So I want to just do a quick trade recap of today and to also show you guys a little bit more about the theory of mine known as the nested fair value gap strategy. So that being said, you notice that this stocks I have on my screen here, this is gold and this is a 15-minute time frame, and there's some few entries that you can see already on the screen that were not activated, and I'm going to tell you why. So today I was able to get my account from $10,000 to, I think I made about $400 and something on my account, but I did not trade gold. I traded only US 100 and US 30, as you can already see on the screen. So why didn't I take gold, right? Although gold gave a very, very good displacement too, like Nasdaq and the US 30. So very first of all, we want to see an initial downtrend like what we are seeing here. Let me make that a little bit bold. Okay, so that's bolded, and let me make it blue. Blue is my favorite color anyway. So we want to see that initial downward move, and then after that we want to see an impulsive up move, a move that creates or that leaves behind a fair value gap, right? So having that, we have this impulsive move, and then we have this fair value gap right there on the 15-minute time frame. Let me fill that up, make it blue. Okay, yep. So we have that fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame. So as we all can see, oh wait, that's not the fair value gap. The fair value gap is bigger than that. Yes, that's the fair value gap. So, and the color is too, let's make it lighter, right? Beautiful. So now we have that fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame. Now, what exactly are we looking for? We're looking for a shelf inside the fair value gap. For those of you that don't know what a shelf is, you can refer back to previous videos and you're going to find out what a shelf is. So we're looking for a shelf inside the fair value gap. A combination of a shelf and the fair value gap makes a nested fair value gap. But then again, that's not all, in case you think that's everything. That's not everything. So here in this fair value gap, we have two shelves on the 15-minute time frame anyway. So and then I chose the second one. I chose to use the second one, which is the lower one, as my entry. And as you can see, it was missed, right? I wouldn't say it failed, it was missed, because price still went ahead to give $200 in profits using that particular entry with the lot size I was using. But then again, as you can see, let me just delete it anyway. Price used the first shelf, not the second one, which is what I'm still trying to filter out to know which shelves price is always going to use, because there are cases whereby you have multiple shelves and price just chooses to use any random one. So figuring out which shelf is going to be used is one of the things I'm trying to play around with. So we now go over to the second entry that I had on gold. So after we had this, right, impulsive move, we had this fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame, but as you can already see, there is no visible shelf in that fair value gap. So we go over to the lower time frame, and the time frame I went down to was the 15-minute time frame, and as you can see, there is a fair value gap down here that was not completely used up. That it was tapped into, but it was not completely used up. So for that fair value gap, if you go down to a lower time frame, you will see the fair value gap very clearly, and you will see the shelf also in that fair value gap if you know what to look for. And if you don't know what a shelf is, like I said, refer back to previous videos. They are self-explanatory, they will explain everything. So then that is the fair value gap that I was looking to take the trade, and I was hoping that if price should ever come back down there, it will just react, tap into it, and then voila, we have a very beautiful $700. But as you can see, price did not come back into that. Now, why didn't it do that? The displacement did not come back. The candle did not come back in there after the big displacement. Why didn't it do that? Now, the mistake I made was that I was in the wrong time frame. Supposing I had gone a time frame higher into the 30 minutes time frame, then I would have found out that there was a shelf, a very, very visible shelf on the 30-minute time frame that would have still given me the same, almost the same risk to reward ratio as what I was, having before. Almost the same, not the same thing anyway. So now initially what I was doing was a 1:14, but this one would have been a 1:7, almost the same thing anyway. Risking $100 to get 700, or risking $50 to get 700. For me, it's almost the same thing. So that's the whole fair value gap there. And you may be wondering why the fair value gap is that wide. Like I said, if you don't understand the theory of nested fair value gap, just go back to previous videos and you'll find your answer there. So that's the fair value gap, and that's the nest that I used now. And as you can see, it should have given me a displacement of $700. But then again, silly me, I used the wrong fair value gap and a wrong nest. So this is one of the few things that I'm still trying to figure out with the strategy. But then when I do this, it's going to be perfect, right? So someone's going to ask, why didn't you use the entire fair value gap? Why did you choose to go and use a nest or whatever? I don't understand. But the answer is this: if I had used the whole fair value gap, my risk to reward would be different, right? And as a trader, I am supposed to be managing my money and my risk. So that's why I chose to use the nest inside the fair value gap. As you can see, using the nest makes your risk to be a little bit small, so you can increase your lot size. Anyway, that's it from my end.